Yo, what a fan. What a fan. Papa. Papa, come here, boy. Papa, come here, boy. What up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Brand new, on a brand new channel. The same old channel, I mean a brand new video, though. With Papa. With my friend Papa. Come here, Papa. Come here, Papa. You be a good boy. You be a good boy. You stay. You stay. Papa. Hey, don't you Papa. I know you're showing me your love, but not like that. Not like that. You be a good man. You always be a good man, okay? I got a great question from a viewer, and I figured it deserved its own video. If Papa can calm down here and let me talk about it, get out of here. So he said, what if you're bad at your job? So let's assume you got through your boot camp. You got through all your training. Congratulations, man. You're in the fleet. You're in the fleet, boy. Now what? Well, now you're going to be at your first command, right? So you're either going to be attached to your first ship, you're going to be attached to your first squadron, to your first hospital, to your first construction battalion, to your first intelligence computer lab. What the fuck you guys do? So let's say you get there and you just fucking suck. Like, you're just not adapting, you're not getting it. There was this one sailor that was working with my squadron and they just weren't catching on. You know, I was an E5 at the time. I was like day check supervisor, and this was like a 19-year-old kid. It was the E2 coming in right after A school, and he just wasn't. He kept losing tools on the aircraft. He kept breaking shit. Just wasn't catching on, man, with aviation. So we sent him TAD, and he was TAD for not like 3 months. He was TAD for like a good 6 months. So, you know, squadrons or commands or your ship, they might send personnel that aren't really good at their job, that aren't catching on, that are actually hurting the command. You'll get maybe sent to a long TAD. You might get sent to a different division. All right, so you might get sent to and do just some random ass job if you're really shitty. But, you know, I'm just telling you the worst case scenario. You can't get kicked out of the Navy for just not being good at your job. Like, even if you're trying, like, I understand, you could be trying 100%. You could really, really be busting your ass. And if you're just not catching on, well, they're going to assign you somewhere else, unfortunately. Now, I'm just talking about the basic rates. Now, if you want to get into, like, jobs like nuke, or if you're in training, if you're going in, like, a spec ops pipeline, or, like, the nuclear pipeline, and if you can't cut it in those trainings, you know, especially, like, high security jobs, like crypto technician, you know, you got to go all through these schoolings. And if you drop out, if you wash out, you're not guaranteed to be able to select what job you want next. Just a fair warning. You know, you're going to be most likely sent. It's called needs of the Navy. You'll hear it all the time. Needs of the Navy. Needs of the Navy. So if you drop out of one of these pipelines, you know, nuke training, spec ops training, intelligence community, or just a really tough job, then you're going to get dropped. And needs of the Navy. You might be able to select your job. You might be able to, you know, maybe. But most likely you're going to go undesignated. Undesignated airman, undesignated seaman. I do not know. The needs of the Navy take over. But hey, you know, that's kind of the risk you take when you're taking on the challenge of one of these tougher jobs, tougher rates. There's the potential of dropping out. But that's why you got to give 110%. You don't even want to get that. You don't even want to think of failing. You get that thought out of your mind. So yeah, fam, if you're just a regular old job, a regular old rate in the Navy, like in aviation, or you're an engineering rate, or you're a boatswain's mate, whatever. If you're not cutting it at your training, then expect to go TAD for a long time, or to get sent to a different fucking division. They're going to do something with you to where you can do no damage. And like I said, it's not your fault. If it's just the job's not for you, you can always look into cross rating. You could always look into changing your job, but that's not going to be able to happen until your first 3 or 4 years. You have to be 3 or 4 years in. You have to be up for re-enlistment, or your Seaway, it's called. It gets really complicated, but just know it's going to be 3 or 4 years before you're going to be able to actually like change your job. All right, fine. This is going to be wrapping up the video. The daily grind. I think I'm going to be able to get this video up before midnight, depending on my editing and uploading speed. But it's just one of those busy days with Squela. And this math class I'm taking is going to be the death of me. I'm going to have to live at the tutor, bro. But it's all right. That's why they're there. I'm going to have to, I know my weakness is math, and I just got to power along. All right, fam, thank you so much for all the support on the road to 30K, 100K grind as well. A lot of grinds going on, the college grind. Thank you so much for all the support, though, fam. You guys have been killing it. Social media blow as always. Papa, come here. We gotta say bye. Come here, Pop. All right, fam. I'll show you guys very soon, fam. I do have my other dog, Gray. I still have my husky. She's camera shy. She's just chilling over here. You'll see her soon in the video. She is alive, though. Papa did not take over. I still have my dog. You know how pit bulls are, though? They're just couch potatoes. He just always wants to hang out and give kisses. That's just how Papa is. He's a good man. You're a good boy. You should be proud of that. Alright, fam, I'll see you soon, fam. I need to create a channel just for Papa. We'll call it Papa's channel.